Redefining broadcasting. Listen. You're listening to Elegbete TV and Radio.
All right, good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet on Elegbete TV Radio. It is Tuesday morning edition of the show. My name is Idafi Matthias. I'm going to love to come in Elegbete on the sports. Let's breeze through all of the matters or the talking point conversations that we're going to have today. The Euros are going on. Yesterday we expected a lot from France, but they did what France know how to do. Like we always say, you don't know which France will be available at the competition because sometimes it might be the one that breezed through everybody in France 98, or it might be the one that won the Euro 2000, or it might be the one that comes to the Euro World Cup 2002 in Korea and Japan. There are different France, but then with Mbappe and everybody that they had in their team, they still were unable to get a goal for themselves. It was an own goal that got them that goal. Mbappe huffed and the raging bull rushed onto an opponent, crashed into an opponent, and damaged his nose. Thank God the news that have come out this morning is that he would not be requiring surgery. So therefore, he would be available for selection in every other game. Yes, the French medical doctor behaved like Wari Mama. They hold the nose and they popped it into shape, and he's ready to go. But be very, very guaranteed, like Batman or Victor Osimhen, he will be wearing a mask coming up into the next set of matches. Let's not forget that even though the goal was an own goal by Woba, it was credited to Kylian Mbappe as an assist. That's the funny thing in the way this thing is designed. That was in the 38th minute, and that's all she wrote. But when you have a squad, a lineup that have players like Dembele, Mbappe, Thuram, Rabiot, N'Golo Kante, Antoine Griezmann, Konde, Upamecano, Saliba, and Herman. Sometimes you just kind of wonder how come they couldn't conjure goals. But then it is the Austrians who were very, very good in their defending, keeping their shape, staying in shape for 90 minutes plus at that time. That kept the game that way. That's why I welcome you to the show today. The Premier League fixtures for next season or for the new season is out. Just came out now. Tell somebody that I tweeted that. So, you want to know who your teams are playing? There are new coaches that will be experiencing the English Premier League for the very first time. Arne Slot is one of them. And a few others like the coach of Ipswich Town, McKenna, and then a few other coaches. Enzo Maresca will not be experiencing it as a Leicester City coach, but as a Chelsea coach. Will he stay to the end of the season? Well, only time will tell, but whatever happens, it is going to be a classic one. It's going to be a beautiful one. Wherever you are, stay to the show because there is plenty to talk about. There's the transfer gist. There is those who went around shopping for a new manager. They ended up without a coach, so they came back to him. So let me go and sort out one thing. Give me a minute. I'll be back.
My name is Frank Idemudia Alapa, that's my name. Talking sports is my game, and I am the greatest. I love listening to Elegbete TV Radio for undiluted, unadulterated. It's probably replicated, but still not yet duplicated. It's sports only on Elegbete TV Radio. I seriously love listening to it.
Hello. Pivot, they are beginning to tank. They should still have enough on the inside to be able to beat Slovakia. But hey, it is tournament. In tournament, some things that you don't expect just happen. That's how Denmark came from holidays, vacation, and beat everybody to win the Euro in 1992. That's how Greece, who's never won a point in any international tournament in 2004, bruised and bamboozled through Portugal twice, France, and everybody to win in 2004. That's how Zambia in 2012 won the African Cup of Nations. That's how Burkina Faso almost won in 2013, if not for Sunday Uba and Nigeria and Stephen Keshi's discipline, tactical awareness, and all that caused Nigeria to win it in 2013. So it does happen in tournament that the unknown teams, some strange teams, we just come up and do signs and wonders in Bamba. Well, remember there was a time where Monaco and FC Porto played in the finals of the UEFA Champions obviously you'll be asking yourself, what was Real Madrid, Barcelona, AC Milan, Manchester United, Liverpool of that era? Man City was not in that category, so you can't even mention them. Where were they? But then it is football. Sometimes these things does happen. So Slovakia beating Belgium 1-0 was not really much of a shocker, but it was still a shocker. Romania was not interested. Yes, Russians are pummeling Ukraine at home in the war front, but then in the football front, Romania were not interested in, let's be nice to them, because they hit them. The boys from the land of Georgia Hagi hit them for 3 like it was a walkover. Well, Austria huffed and puffed, but somehow France picked up all 3 points. So today we get to the final day of the first round of matches, and then, first round group matches will run for 14 days non-stop. So tomorrow again, second round of matches in the group stage will start, but just know that as we go into today's game, these are the fixtures that are available for you to see. Turkey will play against Georgia. How Georgia, with a flag that looked like English flag, managed to qualify for this tournament, leaking as much goals as they were leaking, is the miracles that I still don't understand. But hey, they are in this tournament. Can Stella and the rest of them save them? I don't know. Portugal will play against Czech Republic. That match does look like it's on paper. I mean, it's supposed to be a stroll in the park for Portugal. Portugal always get that kind of thing. That's what people think. But then Czech Republic might just be Czech on the road. Well, that's how we thought that Croatia would be a Czech for Spain. But hey, still just nothing there. Nothing there. It's not in the conversation. It was a walkover even before the match started. Okay, so Erik ten Hag was on television duty doing Euros for a Dutch television, and this is what he had to say in a sarcastic, when he was asked, what is your situation with Manchester United? We hear that they are going to extend your contract, and he said, well, arrogantly, with pride, and a well-deserved one. Okay, Johnny Gaffa, Bobby Kubwe, all of you get involved, line up here, but it was a well-deserved pride. I'm sure that my brother Bobby would agree with Erik, and I say, I was just looking at them. I qualified them for the finals of the FA Cup. I won it. They were busy hawking my position around. They don't know that there's only one Erik ten Hag. Not even Pep Guardiola could stop me in the FA Cup final. I beat him. If the league was a cup game, I would have won it as well. Remember, I've won 2 cups in my 2 seasons at the club. They went and go and look for people to take my job. They couldn't find anyone on my level, so they came back to me. And this new contract that they are offering me, it's not going to be straightforward like that. I have some conditions. They have to meet it. This is Erik ten Hag. They have to meet it, and then we cannot go from there. But right now, let's just enjoy the Euros. Let's look at the Euros. Let's have fun enjoying the Euros. Yeah, brother Erik. Hey, brother Erik of Nanka in Anambra State. Why are you behaving like this? Well, it is what it is. That's Manchester United. Ineos have put Manchester United, and there's nobody that is going to argue about that. Well, guys, if you have anything to say, who's been your hit and who's been your miss at the Euros so far? Have the players lived up to the expectations? The players that you bookmark, like, okay, this guy is going to show. For instance, the Premier League player of the season for Foden, there's a jury out on him. And I like how John Barnes answered it this morning on Talksport. He said, listen, England does not play like Man City. There is no similarity in their style of play. So even if they play in the left, right, middle, center forward, it will still be underperforming because England does not play. They don't do quick passing, quick movement, transition in speed. And there are a lot of players in Man City that are very fast. There are a lot of players in the England team that are slow. So they are not going to replicate that performance for Man City. And I think I buy into that. But then again, Lukaku, you wouldn't say he didn't do his part. He did his part. The second goal, for instance, that was disallowed was as a result of nothing that has to do with him. So he was in the right position. He got the ball. He played the ball into the goal. But then that technology was able to pick up the hand flicking. I was shocked that VAR at this Euro now have pulse. They have heartbeats. Oh, God. Technology, I'm seeing where technology is going. And I'm just looking back to Is it 12 years now? No, 10 years ago. 10 years ago was it when I came back from Brazil, right? Yeah. 10 years ago when I came back from Brazil and I started talking where I used to work about technology, where technology is going, what we should be doing, how we should advance from this, normal terrestrial system of broadcast to digital, take the digital by storm before every other person will come in. Everybody looked at me like, no, that's not, it's not going to happen. That's childish talk. That's, it's not really, it's not, broadcasting will still be like this for another 50 to 100 years. The world is not advanced to that level. Even if the world is advancing, Nigeria does not have the digital powerhouse to do. Killer coming, but right now, the shocking part is back in there 10 years ago, the budget for advertising, terrestrial budget was 70% and digital budget was 30%. Today, this morning, when I checked, digital budget is 85%. Terrestrial budget is 15%. It's not going to happen in 50, 100 years. Well, it has happened in 10 years. That's why a skip maker will make more money than a full radio station that occupy 10 plots of land with big mask and all that. A skip maker who is shooting skit with maybe a crew of 4 or 5 people in one flat or one area or on the street will make more money, more powerful, more influential, in society than a big radio station that have like 50 workers and paying people, buying diesel, have marketers and all that, and shows that I used to do for 30 minutes that brands will pay 12 million for. Today it's not like 1 million for a quarter or 1.5 or 2 million, and if you are able to push more, 3 million, doesn't pass 3 million anymore. And they say that digital is not going to be possible in the next 10 to 12. Oh God, I laugh in Greek. I laugh in Greek. I know they laugh in English anymore. I'm tired of laughing in English. I laugh in Greek, but hey, it is what it is. Sometimes the way you lay your best, so you rely on it. What's up for those of you? Where do you start? Let's look at the transfer gist. What's the rumor? What's the who's moving? Who's going to where? We're not here. Let's see who's going. But we know that Brighton have begun talk with Leeds over a deal for Crescencio Somerville. That guy name, man. When he's signing the Premier League, I'm looking forward to. Commentators always call him. They could call Blazkowski and the rest of them. Why would they not be able to call it? They could call Farastella and then make it so popular that we don't know it. Why not? They would call it a Western target. Ferran Torres, you know him, wants to remain with Barcelona. Tottenham bid for Ivan Toney is rejected by Brentford. They gave them a piece of their own medicine. Come on, you like to sell players expensively, you want to buy people's player, proven striker, a 20+ goal striker in the Premier League. You want to buy him for Tete Muyeye money? Are you crazy? Come on, get out of this place. Brighton have opened talks over a deal to sign 22-year-old Dutch winger Crescencio Somerville from Leeds United. Spain winger Ferran Torres is wanted by West Ham this summer, but the 24-year-old, now I don't go back 24 years old, does not want to leave Barcelona. Do you have this kind of feeling that I have where all of a sudden some players you used to pronounce them as 16, 18, 19-year-old, and then when you just close your eye and you open your eye, they are 24, 25 or they are 28. And there's some, sorry, I'm going to say this, some they have been 23, maybe oscillating between 23 and 25 since forever. Some have been in 29 since forever. Let me give you a good example. Lingard have been 29 years old since forever. Like anytime you're Lingard, 29-year-old, 29-year-old, like Lingard, you're still 29. Because some have been 25 now for like the space of 3 years. The last 3 years has been 25. Ahmed Musa was 27, between 27 and 29 for a very long period of time. I don't know if that thing works with you, but sometimes I see that and I was like, did I not 2 years ago? Did I not mention this guy? Or is my head playing tricks on me? Am I confusing myself? And then you just see some players that this guy is 30. Just now. Okay, I don't know if it works with you, but that's some kind of like tricks that play, music that play in my head most of the time. Like I'm thinking, when did we just get past these guys? 16th or 18th birthday, like it's just like Lamine Jamal or what his name is, 16 years. We're going to be here, and one day I'm going to be announcing is 30. That's 14 years from now. All right, let's keep it going and see how it goes. Tottenham bid for England forward Ivan Toney, 28, has been rejected by Brentford. My friend, get out of here. According to Football Transfer, Crystal Palace would demand a fee of 65 million for England defender McGoy. That's when people say, what is the benefit of going to a tournament? Let me tell you, just a few weeks ago, I read that this guy market value is 35 million. Now, because he's had one good game at the Euros, yes, let's also add that it was one of the brightest light of England, hobbling and fumbling, wobbling and fumbling, huffing and puffing team that won their first opening game in the Euros. His price tag have just shot up by 30 million. Okay, a few more England cap and a few more good performance for as long as they not do Worokoto. If England gets up to the semi-finals or probably the finals and they are keeping their clean sheet going, this player might go to 100 million. Okay, after all, if you can buy Hammerhead, Slabhead for 80 million some years ago, why not Maguire? He's just 23 years of age. I'm just thinking. Fenerbahce are interested in Manchester United 29-year-old Swedish defender Victor Lindelof. Yes, that man wanted him in Roma. He couldn't get him. He wants him now at Fenerbahce. Yes, Juventus are interested in United's out of favor English winger Jadon Sancho, 24, but because of his 40 million price tag, they could be forced into a loan deal with the option to buy. Atletico Madrid have made a move for Chelsea's England midfielder Conor Gallagher, 24. Would he go? Would he not go? That's what I don't know. Gallagher might reject a move to Aston Villa as he is not keen on joining the club. Brazilian winger Estevão William has passed the medical with Chelsea, who agreed to sign the 17-year-old from Palmeiras last month. Okay, so Chelsea are obsessed with the name William from Brazil because they've had one before for Shakhtar Donetsk, who came to Arsenal, didn't do too well, left, went to Fulham. Now they're getting another William. Well, Nottingham Forest are finalizing a deal for Corinthians Brazilian goalkeeper Carlos Miguel, 25, who will become the tallest player in the Premier League at 6'8". Now, talking about height, my daughter just told me that according to this, as she always say, according to my calculation, the way Ronald, that our elder brother, is growing, he might be the first human being to get to 8 feet. I say, we're for which house now? That we would be the first Nigerian parents to have a true giant and Goliath in Nigeria. I was like, okay, we're waiting to see. But the way the boy is growing, he's 12 years old, he's taller than me, he's bigger than me. My clothes don't size him, my shoe don't size him anymore. I buy things for him, I go shopping for him like I'm shopping for myself. As a matter of fact, when I go to the shop, the first thing I announce to the people like, now 12 years a bill, and then they say, no, now the size of the clothes they buy, now they give you price, but not be the age of the buyer. I say, okay, no problem. And normally when parents want to shop with their children, 100K, you can shop a bag full. My son's shopping is from 350 to 500K. I'll soon do GoFundMe account for my son shopping so that when I go help me fund them because I don't understand how a 12-year-old shopping will cost that kind of amount of money. That's the more reason why I need more subscribers, I need more views. As we're growing, I will not have to come out in public because your favorite YouTuber coming to public to beg for money, not going also good for you. I'm his fan, but the way he's begging for money on the street. So help me grow the channel so that we will not need to do that. Okay, well, that's by the way. So let's come back to transfer gist as we're talking about it. Nottingham Forest are finalizing a deal for Corinthians. Okay, I think I've read that one. Manchester City are prepared to go into next season without making a new signing. What's that? Oh, Mrs. Daffy, I've resumed. Yes, the tea of life. Mr. Daffy, you're looking beautiful. You're looking all girly, look hot, fine. Come on, say hi to the people. Mrs. Daffy, not there for that all that social media, YouTube nonsense. So she's not into that one. She'll tell you, say, babe, you are the social media guy. I'm your wife. I'm a private citizen. She likes to use that word. I'm a private citizen. So I'm a public toilet now. Private citizen. My friend, she wants to make it worse. I should not tell me that. Look, private jets don't carry everybody. It's a commercial flight that carry everybody. You are a commercial flight. Everybody, you are for everybody. But you say me, I'm for nobody, just for you. well. That's what we play anyway. Go on, let's go continue. Manchester City are prepared to go into next season without making a new signing unless a player asks to leave. Now, lie, but they deceive us. Newcastle are interested in signing 25-year-old Iceland winger John Dagor. Torstensen from Belgian club OH Leuven. Okay, I'm not the commentator that will pronounce your name, so it's not my business. We'll stay with John Dagor. AC Milan's England defender Fikayo Oluwatomori, 26, is likely to reject any offer from Newcastle this summer. Newcastle, get out of here. You can't win anything. You might play in the Champions League. What is wrong with you? Why are you coming to come and disturb me? Former German defender Matt Hummels, 35, is close to signing for Real Mallorca after leaving Borussia Dortmund, according to Diario de Mallorca in the Spanish city. West Ham are mulling over whether to push ahead with a move for English left back Ryan Sessegnon after the 24-year-old was released by Tottenham Hotspur or not. Well, keep mulling until somebody else come and snatch him from your nose, under your nose. Yeah, former England winger Ashley Young, 38, is close to agreeing a new deal with Everton. I said that yesterday on Talk Sports. Okay, Tottenham are interested in Monaco's 22-year-old Brazilian right back Van der Seen, as it is. Talks between Borussia Dortmund and Brighton's 33-year-old German midfielder Pascal Gross are progressing, though no agreement has been reached. If you guys notice that there is never summer or winter transfer window that passes by without at least three Brazilians making the headlines. So every year there are 6 Brazilians moving in the transfer window. Okay, minimum. That's like the minimum. Sometimes it's up to 10, but 6 minimum. And these are to major clubs. So they don't give you the story of Brazilian player going to Shakhtar Donetsk, going to some of those unknown clubs, Stade Bucharesti. What else are those small clubs that nobody they talk about? That doesn't make the headlines. They are just there moving every day. I think football transfer is a major industry in Brazil. Maybe that's something we can apply to boost our football economy. Yeah, because of okay. So I'm back. I think something went off. Something went off in the middle of the show. Is my audio still off or is back on? Jesus Christ! Somebody says audio is gone. It's the mixer that went off. I don't know why it went off, but I think my audio is back. I can hear myself on the reverse, so you should be able to hear it because that's the rule. If I'm hearing myself, if I'm hearing myself, then you should hear yourself. Okay, let me drink tea. Maybe not because I never drink tea. I'm back. So I'm thinking that Nigeria should, because the one thing that we always complain about in Nigeria, there's no money. I was on a very beautiful Twitter space yesterday. I don't do too many Twitter space, but I like to do the ones where I learn. Okay, as much as I give out information, I give out knowledge, I also like to do the ones where I learn. And yesterday was one of those Twitter space where I was learning, because sometimes again Twitter space can be very, very sapping, where you are there and people, especially when it comes to football. Okay, I'm avoiding getting on a lot of people are watching on our space, and I ask, who are the other people that are speaking? Because I don't want people who are speaking ignorantly and stressing you, and then you are. But that's also why I don't stay in WhatsApp group. If you don't invite me to be in a WhatsApp group, okay, I don't want it. Because I don't want people. Football is something that everybody think they know, but actually only few people know it. But everybody think that they have a master opinion. But yesterday, everybody, especially the last guy that spoke as a lawyer, I've forgotten his name now. That guy is brilliant. You know, I'm a sucker for brilliant people. That's why I don't have too many girlfriends back in the day, because if you don't know book, you know if you don't know, you have to be smart. You have to be on my page. If not, wow. So, like I was saying, I think that as it is right now, I'm just thinking, because when I was researching the transfer stories this morning, I was thinking to myself, what if we create a system where our transfer, like our transfer profile, brings more money into the system. Because what our football is lacking, the reason why our football is stagnated right like this and will stagnate for a very long time, lacking in is because we don't have money. We don't have money to pay coaches. We don't have money to set up developmental structure. We pile up debts. Okay, yesterday I talked about accounting, right? We pile up debts and then we wait till the blockade, the money comes in, the inflow comes in. As soon as it comes in, instead of okay, let's start developing things, we go back into okay, we are owing. Let's say we pile up debt up to. Let's use dollar now so that the calculation will be easy. We pile up debt up to $3 million, right? And then $1 million comes in. Normally, you're supposed to use that $1 million from FIFA money to do development. Let's say, okay, we want to create a training center for academy, for young players, for the under 15, under 16, and then go to the under 17 World Cup. Provide coaching centers where you train your coaches and all that. Institute, like somebody said, they can buy courses. But in the middle of all of this battle, you are in deficit. You are in deficit to the tune of 3 million. So when they bring the money, as the money enters, automatic debit takes you. You are still in deficit to the tune of 2 million, and then you have not qualified for a tournament. And you're not okay. If we win this tournament, they will give us this amount of 14 million or 10 million or 5 million. But then government need to give you intervention. Government gives you intervention, but you're still owing 2 million. So $2 million in dollars. You use half of that intervention to pay first, so that the players will be happy, like in their match bonuses and daily allowance. The players will be happy, half-heartedly happy to go play in the tournament. So you go to that tournament, you know that the team is not too good, but they find a way, like we had in that AFCON, they find a way to the finals. You use all that money again to pay them, and then again now you're not owing them again. So it's the principle of one who goes out a borrowing comes back in sorrow, because it's a circle. It's a vicious circle that keep biting and hitting you bad, and that's how poverty is proliferated even in our everyday life. You know, if you've ever, I've not done that, where you take loan from those app, and then they don't send me people name and message tire. Some people who I don't even know, they'll come send some they very rude, they'll come send me their picture, they'll come threaten me, like me. Like I call one the lady very cook, very foolish, and I say, not only will I report it to you, first of this number I want to call, so I can track you anywhere, anywhere you be. Not only will I report it to the FCC, I'll make your life miserable. If to say I know this person when you send me a message, so say borrow 150k, because of how you harass me, I will make sure say no pay the money. Come and do your worst. So you don't try to say you arrest me because I'm a friend to that person. Come and arrest me, bloody idiot. You know. So I just think that if we create a market, since we're never going to win the World Cup in our lifetime. Nigeria is never going to win the World Cup. Let's forget about it. The AFCON, we win it once in every 10 or every 15 years, you know, as the case may be. From 1980 to 1994, 14 years. From 1994 to 2013, 9 years, right? No, 1994, it's 19 years. 19 years, yeah. So if you look at it, we're not like every five years we're winning the Nations Cup. We're not really a successful football playing nation, right? And people will not like this, that we shouldn't be saying this thing, we're the giant of Africa or the big, no, we have superstar. No, we don't. Why don't we focus on making money off football? Like England. They don't have a world-class coach. We never have a world-class player. Their national team, all the people that are alive right now in England have never tweeted that the England national team have won anything at senior level, you know. But they have a world-class league that provides money, that brings billions every year to His Royal Majesty taxman, and it brings sporting tourism, brings a lot of media excitement and orgasm, and beer drinking fans and fighting fans on public places, noise making fans. Train services are working because of football, because if you look at the number of people that go to matches every week and the way they use the train, they buy tickets, so that helps the British economy. So I'm just thinking, wait a minute, doesn't it look like, I'm suggesting, you guys are my community people, okay, we're in the same community, so we're suggesting now, doesn't it look like Nigeria have actually gotten it wrong? Because we invest all our money, let's go and try and qualify for the World Cup. The ultimate goal of Nigeria is, let's qualify for the World Cup. But ask yourself, after we qualify for the World Cup, then what? What if we're going to win it? Semi-final self, we are not going to see. The way our teams are set up, the way our players. First of all, let's talk about the generation of players. We might not even see them in the World Cup. We might not see any of the generation of players at the World Cup. Let's not deceive ourselves. We have a mathematical chance of qualifying for the next World Cup. Now they end. It ends there. Mathematical chance of qualifying. Now they end. Anything aside mathematical chance, anything. We'll not get anything more than that, right? So why don't we focus, recalibrate, and shift our paradigm and say, you know what? Let's do buying and selling. Let's do selling. Let's do selling in the business. Let's be selling, and then money keep coming. So every transfer window, the target is to make sure that at least 30 players from Nigeria go to the abroad. And then the system will create a system, create laws that make sure that the system filter money into the coffers of the FA, even if it is just 5 or 10% of the sales that goes to the FA continuously. It's a new law, you can create a law that brings money. But then I now down to how would the money be administered? Would the people there not steal it? Would the government? But let's start it first. Let's not even poison it with negative thoughts. Let's not destroy or damage it with negative innuendos and suggestions. I just thought I should raise it up with you guys, and you guys tell me what you think. But while we're doing that, let's look at the hit and misses of the Euros from your own perspective. Who has make a hit so far? Who's that player that wow, this guy surprised me, I wasn't expecting this guy to play this good, or this country to play this good, or this coach to come up this good like this? Okay. Remember, I told you guys I'm going to tell you the fixtures. Chelsea fans, are you ready for this? Enzo Maresca, Man City is coming to town. So that's the first game of the season. Manchester United fixtures favorable start, but tough festive period. That's it for Manchester United. Last game at Goodison Park. Okay, they come and read on the story. I'll just give you the line. How does your team start look like? We're going to have all those conversations as we go in this one. Arsenal will play Wolves first at home, then they go to Aston Villa, the one that stopped them from winning the title, then they go to Brighton, then they will host Tottenham Hotspur, the idiots, and then they would host again back-to-back home. So in the first 5 games, Arsenal will play Arsenal will play 2 home and 3 away. So they go to White Hart Lane first. They go to, after White Hart Lane straight, they go to Man City. Okay, then Aston Villa have the starting of the season. They will play West Ham first, play away at Aston Villa at West Ham, and then they'll host Arsenal, then they'll go away to Leicester, then they will play home back-to-back home against Everton and Wolverhampton Wanderers. Well, for Brighton, Bournemouth, they will play against Nottingham Forest away, and then they'll come back home to play against Newcastle. Why am I forgetting? Newcastle, and then from Newcastle they will go away at Everton, and then they will be home with Chelsea, and then they'll go away to Liverpool. Bournemouth, but Bournemouth have been playing against all these big sides, so that wouldn't be a problem. Brentford will play against Crystal Palace first, then their second game is against Liverpool, then they will play against Southampton, newly promoted, then Man City and Tottenham Hotspur. There's something sequential with Man City and Tottenham Hotspur in this fixture. Seems like almost everybody will play these 2 teams back to back, the way I'm seeing it from the early fixtures, unless there's change or there's adjustment. But let's look at any other storylines that will come up. Okay, key games to look at for on the opening weekend: Manchester United versus Fulham, Arsenal versus Wolverhampton Wanderers, and you have Everton versus Brighton, Ipswich Town versus Liverpool. Oh my God, Liverpool, they don't make Liverpool life easy. Liverpool is going to start on the high scoring. Oh Lord have mercy. I shall not get free pass for this one. And the league is starting on the 16th, just in case you don't know. On the 16th of August, that's when it's starting on the night, the very late night match, 8 o'clock, Manchester United Fulham. And then on the 17th, so it's starting Friday night. On the 17th is Saturday. Arsenal will do that early kickoff at 3 o'clock, the same time with Everton and Brighton. And then you now have No, it's not Arsenal that's even having early kickoff. Liverpool that's having early kickoff 12:30. Then you now have all the 3 o'clock games, and then you now have 5 o'clock game, West Ham versus Aston Villa, and then on Sunday it's Brentford, Crystal Palace, Chelsea, Man City, Leicester City, Tottenham Hotspur. That's the fixture. So now we cannot go and say, oh yeah, what will enter transfer market, because we don't know who they play, we don't know how the fixtures will go, what will happen, how it will be. Just in case you didn't get it, let me just put it up to you again. On Friday night, 8 p.m., it is Manchester United versus Fulham. On Saturday afternoon, Ipswich Town play against Liverpool, 12:30. Arsenal, Wolverhampton Wanderers, 3 o'clock. Everton, Brighton, 3 o'clock. Newcastle, Southampton, 3 o'clock. Nottingham Forest, Bournemouth, 3 o'clock. And then 5:30, you have West Ham, Aston Villa. And on Sunday, you start by 2 o'clock. You have Brentford versus Crystal Palace. And the defending champions go away to Stamford Bridge. Enzo Maresca, Baby Pep versus Senior Pep. Okay, let's see how that goes. For you, these fixtures that I've just read out now, which one stand out for you? Can you confidently beat your chest? Last season, out of 11 consecutive seasons, last season I failed in my prediction of who was going to win the title. I like to make my predictions before the season starts. But because of these Euros, my eyes are blind. I can't see. I've drank too much tea. The gods have been bribed. I can't see anymore. My eyes are hazy. I see nothing. I hear nothing. And I speak nothing. But I'm going to win. Okay. I'm going to wait till the transfer window is closed. Because for so many reasons, I think that the Euro will make the season very, very unpredictable. Some of the players will not rest properly. They will not have the proper preseason. The transfer window, I don't know. It's going to be volatile towards the end of the Euros, at the beginning of the season, and a whole lot. There's going to be a lot of transfer deadline day transfer in this window. So these are predictions that I'm making. There's going to be a lot of transfer deadline day transfers until the Euro is over. The transfer will just be speculations and talk here and there. But for you, all of these fixtures that I've mentioned, which one is the standard, the Ologure, the Okubaru of them all? I don't know everyone talk about Chelsea versus Man City on Sunday, but where do you stand on this one? Why are you telling me players that have made the hit and the ones that have not made the hit, the ones that have made the miss? For me, Mbappe made a miss, Harry Kane made a miss. For me, Phil Foden made a miss. Lukaku. Is that supposed to be seen as a miss, yesterday's performance? Or is it because Belgium just had a bad day in the office? Did Lukaku really made a miss? Like my pendulum of decision is just said talala to loloin. It's not really in the one place of saying I can confidently say Lukaku made a miss because he did his job. It's just some things just did not work well. But Kevin De Bruyne, he also tried. That guy called Jeremy Doku, if I slap him, I don't know how I play, but I told you guys that the guy just running like cricket, like Capi Rat, and do most Simon 2.2. They say it's a big player. That guy, he did not play well. Mangala Fish in that Belgian team. Mangala Fish yesterday, I don't know if you guys saw him, but he did not play well. I'm just telling you the people that did not play well. Onana, yes, Onana from Arsenal. He tried. Trossard, where Trossard caught that game. He did not play well. Kakstani, I brought they call him name. Oman Ariborifa, he did not play well. No, just leave it like that. No, leave it like that for now. Lukaka. Okay, let's put it in the middle. He play well, he not play well. It's in the middle. It's on the fence. My decision is on the fence, but I don't know about you guys. Okay, so let's also look at the French team, and To you, did Mbappe hit it or he missed it? I think he missed it because there was one true ball that he had. He overtook this Austrian defender. He had the ball. That's what's that? Gang. What if I penalty for throwing? I'm not saying that song. He's the smart doctor. He smart doctor the ball because he be like that was like a chance, like a penalty, but then he was the man of the match. So who am I to say Mbappe did not play well? But I think it was a near miss. It was a near miss. Okay, but for Austria, the person that I thought would take the game by storm, go and score a home goal. Then beyond that, it was the stabilizer. I thought Stabisa would do well. Guy fought for Stabisa Forest. He did not do nothing. And then there was Gregory. I'm going to the color. That their top striker. Top nothing. It's a miss. So for me, I want to hear you guys what you think. While you're thinking about that one, tell me what you think about the English Premier League starting fixtures. Well, let me come to your comment. 41 minutes already just Jesus Christ. Time to move fast. Time flies when you're having fun. Okay, that's what we used to say back in Brilliant. Time flies when you're having fun. Okay, let's do some message reading. Abib Ayodeji. Abibi, come to Dubai. When they come to Dubai anymore, you say tactical Tuesday. No, I've not seen a tactical question since. So. I did here. Good morning, all. According to Erik, Abibi, I heard you say, what makes France unique or favorite? To the average eye, they look ordinary, but there is something special about them. Tactical, but I can't tell what it is. I think it's first off is the continuity, and then there is the magical ability by Didier Deschamps to rotate his players. Come on, only Didier Deschamps can tell what's he called, Antoine Griezmann, to forgo playing as a striker in a team that have Dembele, Thuram, Mbappe, and telling you can play as a midfielder or as a second striker alongside Adon Rabiot and N'Golo Kante, and he will take it. The fact that you can rotate these players and they agreed to it, even though it was a bloody game. Griezmann bloodied his head against the digital advertising board, and Mbappe, got his blood. This one was pound of flesh. He got his blood, his broken nose. Even the mutant Turtle Ninja could not survive that. But if you look at it generally, I think that it's because what Didier Deschamps has done is to create a team that is the hybrid of the France 98 team. Everything is done with this team is, you could tell that Jules Koundé and Hernandez are a replica of Bizanto Lizarazu and Lilian Thuram. And then you have this Upamecano who's Marcel Desailly, and then you have Saliba in that game who's Frank Lebon, right? And then you have N'Golo Kante who's now the Didier Deschamps of this era, and then Adon Rabiot could be not really the Zidane because nobody can be Zidane. So let's say he's Emmanuel Petit or Christian Dugarry or Yuri Jokov. No, Antoine Griezmann is Yuri Jokov. Okay, and then you have Mbappe as Thierry Henry, and then you have Thuram as Steven Givash, and then Dembele as anybody. Okay, as Dembele. But then it is the rotational ability of the team when it comes to the tactical adjustments position that makes them a bit different and unique. What England cannot be. England is a bit stiff in the way they play and their transition, while the French team is a lot more flexible in the way they play. That's my thought anyway. That's probably what makes them unique and special. Let me say, Belgium see their period. I was expecting result like this. I won't lie. I was like, okay, I'm not expecting Belgium to go all the way, go win this tournament or pull any surprise. But I wasn't expecting that if Belgium was going to start the tournament and lose it, it was going to be against a team like Slovakia. This is not me disrespecting Slovakia. I'm sorry. I'm not disrespecting it, but I'm just like, it's like, okay, I predicted that Benin Republic was going to beat us away, but that time I thought the match was going to be played in Benin Republic. When they said the match was going to be played in Cote d'Ivoire, Nigeria went to Cote d'Ivoire and did well, so Nigeria can go down and win, right? When they beat us 2-1, I shocked with all my prediction 1 year before that Ghana would not lose, and we were talking like 6 months to the game. We were talking, and he said he would never lose to Nigeria. That Nigeria is the easiest team to beat. I don't know where he got that from, but and it's like, God, never sit down. You're just bragging. We'll beat 2 people 4-0. Shame on. I mean, he called me after my show. I told you. I said, okay, Scott, thank you, coach. Congratulations, bye bye. Don't rub it on my face. I've lost money going to you, coming back. You're not calling me. I told you. Keep your I told you to yourself. But hey, it's not his fault. It's our fault. I mean, I just say people say coaches at the international level don't have enough time to work on tactics or train for a style of play. But these teams I see at the Euros are well coached. So how do they do it? Okay, so there are high performance players in teams that kind of like raise their games in competition. Another thing you look at is most of the teams you see in the Euro, they have players that have played together over a long period of time. So adjustment and tweaking of tactics or understanding of the game from what the coach is transmitting to them and what they relay on the field is very easy. It's different from, and again, let's be very honest. In tournament, teams come together and bond more. Because like a week or two before the tournament, you're already in camp, and in that period you bond more, you see yourself every day. It's like Big Brother. Most of the people who go to Big Brother's house and begin to fall in love with each other temporarily, right? Begin to fall in love with each other, begin to cry when people are evicted. They will never like themselves if they were outside of the house. If they meet each other on the street and this one is trying to toast that one, it would lead to insult. But you see, when somebody is in your face every day, you begin to love the things that you hate about them. You begin to find reason to understand them. That's what camping does. That's why when you say, Nigerian team was not good going into Cote d'Ivoire. We all said that they were not going to get out of the group stage, but they wanted to go to the finals. Even the Ivory Coast team that won the tournament was not really fantastic, fantastic. No, they were not that fantastic. But you see, when teams stay together for long, they bond. Sometimes they bond for good reasons, sometimes they bond to do bad. And these are some of the things that happen. And with the right environment, the right motivation, the right climate, anything is possible. Most teams in the European circuits, so most of the European teams don't easily change their teams like that. That's one. Two, most of the Avengers that we have, like in terms of traveling, logistics, they don't have it. Okay, so take this Euro for instance. Teams are not traveling by air that much because this Euro is tagged an environmental friendly. You can say it's a vegan Euro. Environmental friendly. They are using it to preach that teams should be traveling by train, teams should travel less by air, blah 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 blah. So there are special arrangement with train services, first class coaches that carry the players from one venue to the other and all that. So there is more bonding time. There's more time to settle reefs and discord, because no matter how tactically sound you are, if you have reefs and discord in your team, the tactics will not work. That's what happened with the Super Eagles. It's Sonelise, Iguavo, everybody gonna throw this one, that one. Everybody, the team is still the same. What is the thing that we're all crying about? The players don't play with passion. The play style of the team is not good. There's not a coach that have come in and the play style become good. Every coach that have come in will just keep having the same issues. You know why? Players, there's so much rift and discord. Okay, I like how when Brian Day was speaking on the space yesterday. If you missed it, sorry, but it was a nice one. The way he was saying, some good players they're not passionate about it. You know why you're not passionate? If I'm coming on this show, there are two things that drives me. Yes, one, I want to do the show and grow my number. But the second thing that drives me is all these people that will spend their data, their time to be here, ask questions. I need to be prepared. I have become a lot more connected to the people. The audience of this show. I no longer see them as, you know how when you're on radio side, my fan, they're my listeners. No, they're no longer my listeners. They're like my co-presenters, like Emmanuel Sebastian, right? So I come on the show knowing that I'm going to present a show with people. There's a bond that now exists. It wasn't there before. I prepare and I prepare my mind ready that they might ask me personal questions. I'm open to it because these are no longer just outsiders. They're my friends. They're my guys. These are my people who are working with me to build the channel. And every day I'm thinking, what would I even give them in return if this channel explodes into life and become that big? So it's the same thing with football. You know how they say we don't necessarily have to be friends to work together, but being friends makes the work very easy. A good example, the best way to explain that to you was MSN at Barcelona. They were unstoppable. Was that the best thing of Barcelona in the era? Not necessarily. Okay, the midfield was weaker a bit, but you see that bond between Messi, Neymar, and Suarez. They say Luis Enrique is a better coach than Pep Guardiola until he started going to somewhere else to coach. You now realize that it's the friendship, the bond that existed between Messi, Neymar, and Suarez that made him look like he was a magician and he won the treble. Remember? So, let me say, off topic, boss, what are your favorite fruits? So because I come from football, I pretty much like fruit, like everything: avocado, pineapple, pear, orange. It's not. I'm a ghetto boy. Remember that. Forget all those my growing up in the UK. The real upbringing, the real worry me, I ghetto boy. I didn't like fruit because fruit is fruit. Like fruit is healthy. No. I like fruit because when I got into football, even from the Nigerian league, it was an era where fruit is part of what you need, it's part of your vitamins, it's your drug. Let's put it that way. Because, when I went to Europe, it was a different conversation. You're properly educated. In Nigeria, they make it look like even if you take vitamin C, hard drug. They might test you one day. But they used to do drug tests in Nigerian league. People don't remember that. They used to do drug tests in Nigerian league. And they would just test you and that thing. And if you take, the way they say it, in Nigeria, we inform people with fear. That's why religion is upside down in Nigeria. We give information, useful information, but we do with fear. Like if you just take that paracetamol for this headache when you do, and don't go mad. If they don't test you down, your career don't end. Everything about you don't finish. For example, not with the paracetamol be bad drug. You not say it's some food when you dey shop. All this our food. We don't know the water when they take cooker. That is how the person is talking. We don't know the water when they take cooker. You can't take them. The paracetamol come miss with the water, the food, everything when you don't take. It will come for chemical for your body. This is supposed to be like a team. It's not gonna enough for your cities. This is supposed to be like a team doctor, right? So you better make you know they take all this medicine. What you gonna need to do? Take fruit, carrot for your eye to sharp, orange, vitamin C, avocado, so that your body grow. So we got far. Like we just start taking that, and then you go to Europe and like banana, pear, berries. Blueberries. I like blueberries a lot. We buy 2 dear. A small pack like this of blueberry, 9,000 naira. Which I do. Like if I go to Sky Mall, this is something like this 5,500. I like her, bro. No, I can't say, hey, baby, bring your hand back. Bring your hand back. Yeah, no, my hand is, I like it. No, ska. Bring your hand back. Don't be stretching that to that place. You don't have the money. The things that your wife gave you a list to buy, this blueberry 5,005 will distort the account balance. So the way my account is structured, I like it. The flesh is willing, but the skadala, hata bragadas. Come back. Respect yourself. We're fasting. So I like a lot of fruits. I'm a fruit person. I like a lot of fruit. And then my daughter have now picked up on that. Like she's so much into fruits. Watermelon, orange, and this. But that my first son, that boy is Luke is Ajabota. Shopping is a Paco. He likes swallow that. If you tell us say no swallow, he cry. I don't know, not swallow today. But mommy, there's food in the fridge. Why? You almost said I take 5 life, come on, everybody. But why? There's soup. There's like 4 different soup in the freezer. This is Nepal life. We can use the microwave. Even if it is gel, we can use it. I will put it in the gas. I will roll the heat. You know about food? I'm about to be chef. Go tell him, Mama, what they say. Mommy, my dream is to be chef. My wife went in the open mouth and say, no, anything my children want to be, I will support them. But I say, God forbid. Oh my God. My house is drama. We need to do a reality show. But I say, God forbid. Chef, where? For which person? My first one. I said, but you said you was up. No. It's chef a career. Who's that career? Stop supporting this thing. It's not good. I said, that means I want to be chef. Oh. Now your son, oh, if you be chef, now if you go be in the bus. So, what you see in Abasi? My wife has said something that was off the book. In Abasi, please don't be angry, but this is how I said it. Which in Abasi? You see the food people like, now the chef. Come on to the Abasi chef. Not make it so that people like. You don't have any men where they cook for Nigeria. Which one are the Guinness Book of Records? And then, by the way, Guinness Book of Records, these are the buyers. Ah, God, this is a Daffy. How man is young woman, old school behavior. Old school behavior. That time I saw say no swallow for 1 week. I'm sick. I'm having headache. You don't wake up in the morning. I'm having headache. I said, why? It's like that food that we ate last night. It's not enough. It didn't work well in my body. It didn't enter my body. Oh God, sorry. Let me not disturb you guys with my family wahala. I think by the day you say, I see teams at the Euros with good build-up play at the Euros. They play out from the back very well, but I don't understand how they are so poor in attacking transition or attacking patterns. Why? Well, I think that it's just settling into the tournament. Eventually, if you follow Euros maybe from the 80s up until now, you notice that at the beginning of the Euros, it's always like that. And in major tournaments even, it's always like that where the tournament is slow. Like everybody is circling around each other. It's like Shaq. Shaq does not just come and attack you. Circle around each other, trying to get their rhythm on, what works and not work. Because your first game, the goal, the mental build-up is, I don't want to lose. So everybody is cagey and edgy. It's like round one in boxing. Unless you're fighting Mike Tyson that can knock you out with the first punch. But in round one in boxing, everybody is jabbing. There's jab. So you're trying to weaken the opposition, to hit the rib cage, weaken them so that their defense does not stay like this anymore. It comes down like this, and then you give them the sucker punch, right? But after this one, nobody's at risk. Even the people that have lost know that they can still qualify. When game two, from tomorrow now, when game two, you don't know to say, but I don't lose 2 games. So that one, they say, I have nothing to lose again. Let's go all out and just, play for country. Right? Or you've lost 1, drawn 1. Okay, by the calculation, I can win my last game. Everybody, the form book, the cautious strategy goes out of the book, goes out of the window. All bets are off. It is now. That's when you now see now everybody's playing to coach's instruction. Be careful, be cautious. Don't go if they're not coming. Don't commit if they're not coming. Just be very careful. But when exit is staring you in the face or a slim opportunity of qualifying is there, you start seeing players' inventiveness, players' creativity. Because no matter how good your tactics is, you also coaching tactics is 50%. There's another 50% which is players applying themselves. You don't tell me it's tactics that made Messi to do the things that he does or Mbappe to run the way he runs. The tactics is just going to make him set him free, create space between him and the defenders and the group. Draw the defenders out and create space between the defenders and the goalkeeper so that Mbappe can run in and then somebody put in the ball. But ordinarily, players' ability will not come to the play. So for the first games in major competition, it's always like this. And there's always that 5-1 game mismatch between Germany and Scotland. But generally, the average output in competition is always like that. Everybody say, bro, so what do you think went wrong for Belgium or went right for Slovakia? Slovakia stayed in shape all through. Belgium was, because again, you have to look at the 2 goals I was shocked of. We can talk all these tactical talks, but sometimes in football, you need an element of luck. And what went wrong for Belgium was the fact that luck ran out of the door at the airport before they come to the tournament, because there were moments where they could have just converted those goals and that game could have ended 5-1 and I said, whoa, Belgium are back in form, the golden generation are good, but there's just a little bit of lack of luck that you need in life. Have you ever gone for an interview and you know that you're good, you're qualified for the job, but the reason why you didn't get the job was the fact that the person that is interviewing just interview like they've made up their mind about the people before it got to your turn and you just missed it. And sometimes you get to the bus station, the bus came when you came, but unfortunately people were entering and two persons before you, the bus don't full, all seats are occupied. You have your ticket, you were at the bus terminal, but it just didn't happen. Have you ever been to a filling station? You stayed on queue for 2 hours, you got in off the road, you are in, you're moving one after one car after the other, you got to your turn, they put the nozzle in your car like this as the press it for the finish. It's happened to me 4 times in my lifetime, 4 times. So sometimes it's not because you were not there, it's not because you did anything wrong, it's just luck didn't work for you. And in football, most times that is very, very needed. Habiba Adeli says Spain my favorite. I enjoy watching them play. They can be direct and they can play possession football. Guys like Rodri, Pedri, and Ruiz in the middle of the park. Yamal and Nico with pace. Okay, I agree with you as well. They were not my favorite at the beginning before the tournament, but when I saw them play in the first game, and people go, "Oh, they play against an opponent that is not really strong." Croatia wasn't doing well. No, their dominance, their establishment of themselves was something that I love. Now, the thing that will be a setback for Spain is inexperience. There's a lot of young players in that team that you're going to have games like the game against Croatia. Yes, but every game is something like that. You're going to meet those games where you need extra to win. You need to go from gear 1, 2, 3, 4, and the car is stuck in the mud. You now need what in SUVs they call auxiliary gear. You need that auxiliary gear. In football, auxiliary gear is experience. Go back to the World Cup in France 98, it was that experience that got them past Croatia. Even though I felt Croatia were wrong, that got them past Croatia. It was that experience that got them past a few teams where Lilian Thuram popped out, don't know where to score. Byzantin Lejorazin popped out, don't know where to score. Even against Argentina in 2018, where Pavard scored that goal, it was that, that little experience that get them pushing, that got Argentina making mistakes because of the young players, and you saw what happened. So there's going to come a time when experience will be required. For as long as it is not required, they are good. But there's going to come a time when they will need co-equal, a team that is willing to die for the cause like them. And then there's some little edge of experience, like truancy, like the ability to rile you up and wind you up and cause you to make mistakes because of the things that the opposition player is whispering into your ear and telling you, and then you go out of your way, you pick up a card that you're not supposed to pick, and you begin to play cautiously. That could just be a problem. But from the first game, Spain does look good. The tournament is shaping up to tell us that something's good. It's just that with what we've seen of England and France, I'm not careful. Like, okay, these are the teams that we were all expecting to go all the way. If this is how they're going to play, they play like this in the second and third game, they meet a better team, they will be whipped and kicked out of the tournament. Belgium still have a chance to be good. They could still go back home and say, but with Belgium, my problem with Belgium is if you play this well and you still end up losing, and with a team that have a fragile heart, not Westlife Son, but just a fragile heart, turning between already with people casting each other, people hating on each other, people making enemies out of their people who are supposed to be their teammates. They could go back to their camp, their hotel, and begin to tear into each other, insult each other, or insinuating and giving each other attitude, and that comes in the second game, and they are not leveraging on the fact that, we really did play well, we connected well, we transitioned well, we just did score goals, okay? Rather than us you, what the chances we created for you didn't take, it could boil into that, and once that happened, it's what they call imploding. The team would implode and everything will go wrong. Let me say big congratulations to Mikel Arteta of MPFL Fidelis Ilechukwu. He deserves it, yes. Abiba, did you see people say the AFCON is more exciting than the Euros? Do you agree? So Euro is a lot more mechanical. The African Cup of Nations is raw. Raw in the sense that there are a lot of ingenuity in the play, like natural. It's like when you go watch street football, there is no too much coaching, no finesse, but that raw football, and then the energy of the African fans is different. So the African fans take the game from the game itself, the streets, and everywhere, and the energy that we brought. we brought, two great teams played in the finals in terms of nation. The host, so stadiums were always full. Nigeria, the loudest people on the planet Earth, were there. So it's different. It's different. Okay. England are loud, but they are more of brawlers. They drink beer and then they start fighting. Every England game you expect fights. Scottish fans too are the same, but I mean they are minors now when it comes to football, so nobody really talk about them. The Spanish people are more into dancing, plenty of sex. French people are too classy to to put themselves through showing off like that way. So it's different. It's all kg, it's all cut to size, too very very mechanical. The African Cup of Nations is more exciting, but in terms of tactics, quality, I mean Euros still takes it more. I understand that excitement thing that people were talking about. Rajim should say, Amobi, the CEO of Rangers International, is a great administrator who, if given the chance to put in the work, the impact would show in their team and back to winning ways since 2016. Okay, thank you very much for your opinion. Yemi Dynamite, my big, lovely sister. How you doing? It's a big auntie, a big uncle. I'm not the auntie. Am I gay? No, did I come out of the closet? Okay. Thank you for. Okay. Now my wife will really thank. Yes. Thank me. I mean they drink the tea. I mean what you're saying. Now, the team, to help Uncle E clear truth. Uncle E, my hit has been Switzerland and miss is Belgium. Lukaku full hand. Can we get a surprise Euro winner? I still think that the major favorites are people that have won it before. I mean, if there was going to be a surprise, it's not like they've not won it, they won it in 88. I would love to see Netherlands win it. Switzerland are not a team that go bad in group, whether in World Cup. I mean, they've gone to a lot of tournaments where they've got knocked out without losing. 2010 and the World Cup, they didn't lose any game. They got knocked out on penalties. They've also done the same in the Euros. They were the ones that knocked out, was it France in the 2016 Euros? So they are a team that is always very good at the group stage, going to competition. They are tight. They are very tidy, okay? But can they go all the way to the finals? There's always that place where they fall short in terms of experience, or probably can score enough goal, they go into penalties and they don't get it done. Surprise team, I'm not sure, because if there's going to be surprise, Netherlands wins it. It's not really a surprise. It's expected. They're perennial. They're achievers for a long time. If Spain win it, I mean, you can't say it's a surprise. France is the one, the expected favorite, the anointed ones for it, and it's because of Mbappe. Okay, and then the experience that Giroud brings, Antoine Griezmann and the rest of them brings. There's a lot of players in that team that represent a group of people that should win it. But hey, should win it and would win it are two different things. Okay, Abiba, they just say, what do you make of Remo Stars and their coach? He has good prospect, don't you think? Yes, I do think that Daniel Ogumodede is a good coach. I mean, for the categories, the place where he's playing, he's a great coach. He's one of the good ones in the system, one of the coaches that when you look at, you say, okay, he's grown to the rank. Remo Stars also have this history of not firing coaches, giving coaches the time and the facilities, the resources to be able to get their job done. One of the coaches that I love the most in the Remo setup is the coach of the Beyond Limit. Not because of my connection with him, I mean, at the beginning of his journey, but just the fact that when I watch his team play, I see the way I want to coach, the way I coach, and I see his team play that way. It's very, very nice. So Remo Stars have two great coaches that are in their rank, and let's wait to see. I hope that one day Daniel Ogumodede, like Fidelis Eleshuku, who deservedly won the league title, would also win the league title for Remo Stars, because again, hope deferred makes the heart go weary, so the Bible says. So if he stays for so long and he doesn't win it, one day they're going to say, okay, yeah, you don't try, but it's time for us to try somebody else. And he might not get somewhere else again that is as good and as comfortable as Remo Stars. But then again, comfort also breeds laziness. Raji Moshud says, do you think Nigeria non-league players being transferred to Europe without having any league appearances makes us sell cheap compared to players having them go from our club side to Europe? The most expensive players that we sold from Nigeria abroad are from non-league. Victor Osimhen was from non-league, 3.7 million euros. At least Amiru just went for 1.7 million euros. And So if you look at it from that angle, it's about negotiation power. It's not necessarily where they're coming from. If you the thing about Nigerian league, you say player from Nigerian league right now, nobody's going to pay 3 million for a Nigerian league player because they'll tell you that player is old, is above the age. If you play Nigerian league, it means you're old. So the market does not really favor players playing in the Nigerian league. That's why they go east and west. They don't really go to Europe anymore. So it's not really. That's not the factor. The factor is different. It's about the age, the size, the quality of the players that determine the market factor. And the fact that we're Nigeria and where we are in the FIFA ranking, when we get into the top 10 in FIFA ranking, the price of our players will automatically sky. That's the way it is. So where you are FIFA ranking also determine a lot. So when people say Super Eagles not playing, it's not a big deal. It's a big deal. Because it is them that determine the FIFA ranking. Their performance in FIFA ranking is just like our girls now. When they sign our girls, they sign them based on the international market. Our girls, their money is bigger because our ranking in the women's football FIFA ranking is higher. So the same thing with the men. When our men start playing, if all of a sudden Nigeria sustain a run in the top 10 in what FIFA ranking, you start hearing 10, 15, 25 million transfer of Nigerian players from Nigerian league abroad. But people don't factor that in. People don't know that is a very key factor. If we are in the top 10 ranking, players can go directly from Nigeria to England. But we have not realized that yet. We still think it doesn't matter. Leave them. Let them just do. So when the players come and they do the things that they do, you just laugh like, oh, these guys don't even understand the pain that they are causing a lot of people in terms of business. Let me say, please hit the like buttons. Thank you very much. Bukishine Repair says that the player that surprised me the most, N'Golo Kante, I thought it was finished. Okay, you mean that myself? I beg. Say Arsenal, of course, it would be sad for Pep to do it 5 in a row. A question for you: if Arteta is only able to do one transfer and we want to win the EPL, who would that be? Who would be that key signing? Only one transfer. Arsenal not even win the title if we do only one transfer, unless Man City collapse, because we have 11 players in Euro right now. Arsenal have 11 players in Euro. And when they come back, the key players, we have 11 players out of the team, not just in the Euros and the Copa America, and they're all playing actively in that team. So when they come back, take for instance Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes would have to be given another one or 2 weeks or 10 days rest. Now, by the time they come back, they would not be part of the proper preseason that we've done. So I'm saying that whatever Arteta should lie up with 10 days Dubai trip. Whatever they went to do Dubai January, they should go back and do it. Whatever they drank, whatever they ate, whatever pool of Bethesda that they were, allowed to swim in Dubai, they should go and swim in it. Now, one more player to sign. Push comes to shove, the reason why we were unable to win the title, if I put it down to the reason, it is that thing that happened in December. And remember, it is that November, December where Bukayo was off color. 2 seasons ago, the reason why we also collapsed was when Bukayo was off color. And the effect of Bukayo go off color is Odegaard automatically goes off when Bukayo goes off. So if we are going to sign only one player, put all the 200 million on Mohamed Kudus. And then let's go. Because, again, you look at the team, goal is not really our problem. So we need a striker, yes, to get those scrappy games through. But how many scrappy games did we have? We have only 5 scrappy games that we didn't win last season. 2 of them was against Aston Villa, 1 against Fulham, 1 against West Ham. So if we can repeat next season and then, get a Mohamed Kudus who, the thing with Kudus is like that Sadio Mane guy. He can play out wide, he can drift into the middle, he's got a workman-like ethics, to be able to add value to the team. That is if we're signing one player, I think that's the guy that I would go for. Raji Moshi said Mbappe miss was a big miss, okay? He played penalty to Thru. Simon Afar said, as a Chelsea fan, I've always known Lukaku was a good striker, not world class. He misses big chances in important games, more like a TRB striker. Adebola Oluwaseun for me say, 1 question, please, sir. Do you think the Nigerian Football Federation can convince the manager to withdraw his resignation letter and keep the job? So let me tell you what would have happened if I was the NFL president. The NFL president like created the scenario for all of this mess. If they had come out of that meeting and that press conference and said, look, we have had a meeting with the minister and the coach, we have resolved that to give the coach more support and find a way to get the remaining matches on a winning run, it would have been good, but they already created it. So to me, by my own reckoning, they are playing cat and mouse game here. It's a kamikaze situation. It could go where it could go bad, right? They are just doing this thing to make it look like, oh, we're not the ones that are forcing him to resign. They just don't say they don't want Finidi from the get-go, right? Finidi is on the job just because he can't pay their preferred foreign candidates. Finidi is on the job for that. So I don't know if they can convince him, because convincing now means it's like the Erik Ten Hag situation. Convincing him now means that they have to go to him and tell him that, look, we're sorry. Okay, bosses are never sorry anyway, but there's a way you put it. You don't say you're sorry, but it's like boyfriend and girlfriend relationship where you're dating. Have you ever dated a girl who does not know how to say I'm sorry? But she just comes around shy. Women to apologize, right? They have to from here. This is you. This is you. This is the woman. She wants to come meet you and tell you I'm sorry, right? This woman will from here go to Kafanshan and talk to the people in Sambisa, then come back, crisscross, go to Ilili, Port Harcourt, and then go to Okene, and like everywhere. I'll still come to your front again. That by that time they expect that the anger you have on this side is gone, right? So it's the same thing. They can find a way to harmonize the conversation and see how it goes. But hey, my hopes are not high. Like I've said here, my interest in going to the Super Eagles camp is dead. I'm not putting myself through all those nonsense anymore. It's dead. Yamin Ahmed says this is me being a hater. I still don't see the Bellingham hype. However, Foden has been a miss. Why do Pep's players struggle outside his system, sir? It's very simple. When you are used to flying first class, when you're used to flying first class, not just economy, first class, two things happen to you. Your body adjusts to the fact that when you're typing, you can stretch your leg forward, like stretch, relax, sleep. You can put the blanket, your food is unique and all that. And then they take you from first class, not even to business class or economy class. They take you and put you in coach, in a bus, where you fold your leg, where you are like this, all through the journey. You can't adjust. The Pep style makes average players appear like they are superstars because of how he makes the field very wide and how his system stifles the opposition. I've noticed people blaming Pep for the performance of some of his players outside of Man City. And I said to them, what you see outside of Man City is the real exact quality, ability of the player. What you see in Man City is the tactical nuance and the cadence, the level of his coaching ability. So when you take about, and I explained it, I have a pastor friend who was having this conversation, and like relativity is my my strongest suit in terms of analysis. And this is how I said it to him. I said, Pep Guardiola is the grace of God in the life of a Christian. Without Pep, is a Christian that doesn't have the grace of God. Is Samson in the lap of Delilah. He's still a strong man, he's still the strongest man alive, but he's in the lap of Delilah. When he opened that curtain and entered that room, the grace of God stay aside. The grace is still available, but it's not just connected. It's like a phone without internet. SIM card still there, but there's no internet. So browsing is not possible. So with Pep, you have like the extra. Pep makes you super extra. Pep is Superman. Like is Superman. Without Pep, you are Clark Kent, a journalist. Like nobody. Or Spider-Man and what's the other guy? The guy without the spider senses. So that's the way it works. So without Pep system, and people say, does that mean you're a system player? Everybody's a system player. Everybody played a system. So I don't understand what is a system player. Football is about system. But systems work differently. It's like if you go to church, the same people who go to church are the same people who go to nightclub, right? Most of them, majority of them. When you go to nightclub and people are shouting, hey, come on, Manija, it's exciting. if they go to church and do that same thing, do you know that that's going to be a problem? Smanya de shekel, Smanya de shekel. If you do that, I mean, I don't like it anyway. Church go scatter, right? So it's the same thing. It's the same players, but the system now exposes. There are some systems that would enhance your quality. There are some systems that will expose your weaknesses. So it depends. It's like when I was working radio. There are people, I always say that an analyst is as good as his presenter, the anchor. And people don't understand. If I am doing a show with Murphy, like the best of my analysis will turn up. But people don't understand that. Then if you do with Tony, no. When I was anchoring, when I was doing shows with Tony, or especially Raji, for instance, Raji's mission is to expose me that I'm a phony, that I'm rubbish, that I'm not good enough. Right? So he chose those questions, but the only reason I was able to handle it is like Zidane playing under Lamochi. Lamochi is a bad coach, but Zidane would still be Zidane. The quality of Zidane would shine through. It's because I already know, okay, this is where this guy is coming from. I'm always going to like deflect it and give my own answers. Right? But if I have Murphy in front of me, Jesus Christ, Murphy makes, Sean Amadi, just every average human being look world class. So Murphy is like Pep Guardiola. And then these other guys are like regular Southgate, national team coach who don't really understand what they're doing, because to them, they don't understand why you are better than them. They don't understand. They see you, instead of them to see you as teammate, they see you as competition. So that's the same thing with, I hope that explains it properly. So it's not about system player, because every football team is a system, but it's just the fact that some coaches just know how to focus the energy, the laser on what will bring out the best out of you instead of what will bring out your weakness. Okay. Lodmer says, for me, Kane is just all over the place. Jamal Musiala on point. Onana, not the Arsenal level. Foden, Otella, big flop. Jesus Christ. Rice, try. Bellingham, try. Mbappe, just day like daily. Havertz on point. Dragosin, play with that. This guy watch every single game in the Euro. Me, every day do analysis. I never have to watch every single game. Okay. Let me say, LOF, chef. But if you say one be chef, you know the funny thing. If my son say one be chef, I go support him. Finance professional. He said the man that disrespected Etu will not be Eagles coach. McBride, why NFF does the disgrace Africa like this? What's it concerned Etu with Africa? With I hate to be the president of Africa. Hey, Adesa says, bros, this thing they make you fresh. Really? Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Credit goes to my wife. According to Yemidana, my credit goes to Mrs. Auntie E. Auntie E. They're greeting you. Favorite Afi, please come and show your face here. They say your son will be chef. Okay. Well, it's on that note that I need to pack my bag and baggages and go before they tell me to go and sleep in the cushion instead of the big bed. My bed is like a stadium. This house, the best part of this house is the bed, the master's bedroom. It's big like stadium. I can put in 4 beds and there's still be space to do other things. I just need to find the money to buy a treadmill, very top quality treadmill. I put out there, just put my music. Come back to fitness and then go and sign like 2.5 seasons in Saudi Arabia, make some money and come back. Okay, that's the plan now. 50 at the age of 50, I'll be playing in Saudi Arabia. Watch out for that. Well, thank you very much for your time on the show today. I hope that your favorite teams keep on winning. And if your favorite teams cross each other's path, may the best team win. But for now, I just wish you guys the very best, and I hope that some of the things that you do, legally. Yes, I'm saying it. The things that you do legally, this legally talk. Now, let me remind you guys one thing. So one guy reached out to me 2 days ago, said, how would I want him to support my brand? So when we got talking, and I said, boss, what do you do? What do you do for a living? Like the source of your money? He said, why would you ask me that? I said, but I have to know because I want to go in business with you. That's what they do now. You never see business partnership form If you see that business partnership form, they're going to ask you questions. Have you ever been in jail before? Have you ever been in, do you have debt? What's your debt profile? What are the things that you've done? Do you have a pending court case? Do you have anything debt that will not affect us? Do you have a lawsuit? Do you have a custody, marriage issues? Do you have a child custody battle? All of those things in the day inside, even in Nigeria. I said, so I need to ask you, don't forget saying my YouTube at the run. Originally, this company is registered in America. So when you do all these things finish, so we operate Nigerian law, American law, and Irish law. There are three places where this company is registered: Ireland, US, Atlanta, and Nigeria, Lagos. So if you want to give me money, I need to know where my money they come from, because you dey pay me money into the account, EFCC checking it, where's that money coming from? I don't. Yeah, you know how people go celebrate. Some people go swatch maybe rent, hire musician, the band, all those top musician to celebrate. If they see me on handcuff like this international band, the party where they go through. I go trend pass trend me. You say, I said, boss, I need to know. He said, no, you don't need all that. I said, boss, honestly speaking, I am desperate for money. But you see, I'm not desperate for blood money. The guy blocked me. The guy blocked me. He said, you're very arrogant. He blocked us. Like, I just dodged the bomb. But I need money, but not that kind of money. You see, this my numbers. I will grow it generically. I will grow it. Europe, we are coming very soon. We are coming. Those of us in Europe, they coming to now. We're coming. Don't worry. We will grow this number. All these people really give me all this attitude. Because of them, this number must grow. Having said that, thank you very much for your time. My name is Idafi Manchester. I know you love to come here with all the sports. It's been great on the Sports Buffet today. I hope that you have a great day as well, since you always invest your time in making my show great. May people also invest their time and resources to make your day and your life great. Bye-bye and have a wonderful day.